Hey Merc, I seen you got W13. Any chance of a review? Hey Mercury, I would love to see your thoughts on W13. Hey Mercury, are you ever gonna do a review on W13? Well, these are just some of the messages I've gotten since W13 came out, and that's through the Xbox and to my inbox on YouTube. So there's only one thing that needs to be done, and that is you're watching my first review back of Back to the Future for the NES. Hope you enjoy. So let's kick this off with presentation. Now I have to admit, this is probably the best looking wrestling game that's out today. Now there's been some great graphics throughout the years of wrestling, but this one is top notch when it comes to the arenas, the wrestling models themselves, to even the commentary. There is full detail in everything you could see. But there's one problem they still haven't touched on that been this way, I would say, since forever, and that is the crowd. The crowd is still like not hideous, but it's not that great either. There's multiple of the same character in the crowd, and I understand you can't, put all these different characters in, because they need room for other things. But they could spice up a little bit and maybe give some of the fans wrestle mask or Rey Mysterio or something to cover up their face, or some sort of that nature. But that's only little nitpicking. But for me, I think the presentation this year is the best of any wrestling game by far. Having you create an arena and be able to check out everything, make your arena, make your ring, and the way it looks, it just makes it feel like you really are in a wrestling arena. And I know it sounds a little lame, but it really does. Coming out to the ring with your character, watching them come out and stuff, it looks really, really great. And you can still see the sweat on the guys and everything. And it just amazes me the way that the blood can come off one person's body onto another person's hands. And, it's just an amazing, amazing game. And the graphics are so amazing this year. And I'm very satisfied with it. But let's move on to gameplay. Now with gameplay, they really didn't change up too much from last year with WWE 12. This year, you still got the same controls, but they added in a few new things with the roll-up pins and sort of things like that, but pretty much the same thing as last year. And that's not a bad thing, because last year had a great in-between gameplay that works really well for fans that just came in and people that's been, a legend in this series like me and probably a lot of you. But the controls are really fluid, nothing to worry about. I'm very happy they stuck with this formula. Seeing that they made it with the face buttons, like I said last year, that's the greatest thing. Because I remember 2 years back, they started having all the moves with the joysticks, and that was just a waste of time because it was just so hard to get used to. So I'm really happy they brought it back to the face buttons. It really helps out the gameplay, and I just love the way everything transacts with from going from the front grapple to the back grapple, from the ground up, everything like that is really great. I love the gameplay. The controls are great. When it comes to in-match gameplay, really well done. This year, when you're running at somebody, when their back is turned to you, you actually clothesline them, and there's actually a connection. I remember the last couple years when you hit them from the back, it was really clumsy, and they really didn't hit them, or you'd miss them. It was really, out of whack, and they actually fixed that. And it's the little things that you don't really realize that they fix, and it's a good thing, though, a really good thing. So I'm really happy with that. When it comes to ladder matches, they fixed that a little bit. So when you climb up a ladder, it automatically detects the person. So now when you jump off the ladder, you're not jumping the opposite way. They actually jump at the guy. Things like that. It just makes the game a lot more fluid, and that's what we need in these games. nowadays games are just worried about graphics. Well, this is not this game. They are actually, well, it is good graphics, but they worry about the gameplay, and that's what fans been wanting. We're not too worried about the graphics. We're worried about gameplay and how the game flows, because a lot of people still play No Mercy for the N64, not because of the graphics, because honestly the graphics suck in that game, but because the gameplay was so fluid, you could jump in, out, and have a good time. So that is well done this year. Let's move on to replay value. Now, when it comes to replay value, now this is, for me, the greatest thing, because this is actually the Attitude Era. This game is all designed about the Attitude Era, and for me, this is the best thing that could have happened to a wrestling game, because one of my favorite games of all time is WWF Attitude for the N64 and the PlayStation 1. Now, a lot of you probably dislike this game because of the whole button move thing where you push it up, down, left, right, you know, just to do a suplex. Well, for me, I loved it because of the Attitude Era, because that was my time. Now, I love that year. Well, years, I should say. Well, they brought that into this year, and when it comes to replay value, it's going to be there. I can play this game even when WWE comes out, because this is what I want. I wanted these superstars in the wrestling game, you know, so bad, and I finally got it. So for me, I'm going to keep coming back to this game year in, year out, and, you know, mess with it, and just have a lot of fun with this roster. Now, if they could just make a game just all out of Attitude Era members, then that will be the game of my life right there. And that'll be the one game I'll always play. But this year, the replay value for me is high. Now, for people that are kind of new to the Attitude Era, that don't know much about it, there's not pretty much that much replay value from then, say, last year, because after you get done with the Attitude Era mode, and don't get me wrong, Attitude Era mode was really fun, I really enjoyed it, but the problem was with this mode is that once you get done beating it and unlocking everything, there's really no reason to go back. You know, that's one thing I really, you know, kind of sucked about it, you know, because don't get me wrong, it's a great mode, really good. I had a lot of fun reliving the Attitude Era mode, but like I said, once you get done beating it, there's not much to go back to. But you do have the universe mode, and some people like it, some people don't. It depends on who you are. But for me, I love the Attitude Era, or the universe mode. The universe mode actually has a lot of replay value for me. Making championship matches, making pay-per-views, setting up the card, you know, all that stuff. I love it. But to some, they don't. And if you're the kind of person that don't really like the universe mode, I really don't see much replay value, and I'll see you just throwing this game away or selling this game away when WWE comes out. But for me, I would say this is a solid game. Will I call this the best game, best wrestling game of all time? I'll leave that in my overall. But replay value, unless you like, you know, just jumping out of matches with an exhibition, then you might like this. It might, you know, last you a while, but I can say majority of the people are going to get bored of this game, I would say, in about a couple of months, and that's about it. And people are going to be worried about when W14 comes out. So for me, the replay value is high for me, but for others, I don't know. But let's go to my overall, and I'll discuss everything all in this one little thing. See you there. Okay, overall. Now, this is where I talk about everything. I shouldn't cram it all in overall, but I'm gonna. This is where everything is gonna come out. Okay, so this year, they have everything you can think of. Special referee matches. And to me, this saved the game right here, because special referee matches are fun as hell. Yes, you can go and you can screw people over, or you can just be a fair ref, whatever you choose. But me, I like screwing people over, you know. You have King of the Ring. King of the Ring's back, and I gotta admit, it's a good mode. I really enjoy it. I think it's great. At the end, you get a little cutscene of you sitting on your throne. Pretty awesome. You can't beat that. Universe mode, awesome. You can create a show. You can create a pay-per-view. You can set what day this show's on. You can go and check what belt has been won, how many times, who's had it that many times. You can change the stables, put stables together. Do whatever you want. You can do it all in Universe mode, and I really love it. One big downfall with the Universe mode is before the game came out, the developer, Koei Ledesma, was a creative developers said that there's branching storylines within universe mode where you can pick what you want to do. You can turn on your partner, you can't, stuff like that. Well, come to find out, after the game's released, the little sneaky guys there, they decided to say, oh yeah, that's right, you have like 1.5% of a chance to see these branching storylines. It's like, what the hell? So you can go like 2 years without only seeing like 2 branching storylines. It's like, what's up with that? So that kind of sucks. But if you can put that behind that, I would say universe mode is where it's at, and that's what will give you your replay value. But like I said, when it comes to replay value, if you're not a fan of universe mode, I don't see this having much of a replay value for you. Going to Attitude Era mode, great. I love the Attitude Era mode. I think going back, living up what Stone Cold done and made F/E what it was. That is awesome. Having DX run over Vince McMahon and the whole Undertaker Kane thing. It was just awesome. Reliving this shows all the newer fans what we grew up with. And this is the stuff that I wish wrestling was today. But like a lot of people say, we're never going to get this wrestling ever again. So, whatever, whatever. But let's talk about Create Arena. They revamped that. Now you can create a stage to come with your arena, and it's just, oh my goodness, there's so much to do. The Create Arena is not as good as I thought it would be, but it's still a great mode, and it's still good to go in and fidget around with and see what kind of arenas you can make from the old. But with that said, Create Arena is awesome. Add a title. I was actually going into this thinking it was a little better than what it was, but it's really not as good as I thought it was. I thought actually it was going to be a little bit more of editing with the belts, but you know what? I'm not going to be picky because somebody's doing it at the last moment, so I'm not going to be ungrateful. I'm happy that it's in there. Really awesome. I'm trying to think about anything else I can talk about that they added this year. What they added to your roster, I'm really happy with it. You got Degeneration X all in full, besides China and Rude. You have, Mark Henry, you have APA, you had the alternate Rock from back in the day. The game looks awesome. Bret Hart, Bulldog, now you have the DLC coming out. I'm really happy they added Gangrel in the game with Rikishi, Too Cool, Val Venus. That's really awesome. I love that DLC. And like I said, we have more DLC coming. But all in all, I gotta say, this is a solid game this year. We finally got a good wrestling game. It's still early, so we could be getting more patches in, maybe to fix the little bugs, because there are a lot of bugs in this game, but nothing groundbreaking where you're not going to want to play this game anymore. But overall, this game is probably the best wrestling game throughout the whole WWE and SmackDown vs. Raw series. I will say that. Now, just listen when I say it's the best from WWE, so I would say it's better than WWE 12, and it's better than any WWE SmackDown vs. Raw games that came out. But I'm not saying it's better than Here Comes the Pain, Shut Your Mouth, No Mercy, anything like that. Because I still hold Here Comes the Pain, Shut Your Mouth as the best wrestling games of all time. But that's not taking anything away from WWE 13. WWE 13 was a great game. I had a lot of fun playing it. I still play it, but for some, I think I give it a couple months, and I think it's going to go on their shelves, and it's not going to be played anymore. For me, I'm going to try to play it out as much as I can. Having my favorite wrestler of all time, Billy Gunn, in this game. I've been using him like crazy. But overall, I'll have to give this game probably a 9.0 out of 10. Yes, a 9.0 out of 10. It's my highest rated review of all time. 9.0 out of 10. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I wanted to get this out there because it's been a long time since I did my A review. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if I missed anything, I'm sorry guys. And I know it's not the best review, but I wanted to get it out there before the game got too old. Alright guys, so I'm Mercury. I hope you enjoyed it. If you got any questions, if I missed anything that you want to know about, let me know and I will leave it in the comments below. Alright guys, so until next time, I'm Mercury. You guys, take it easy.